Hello everyone. Today we are tackling an interesting graph problem called shortest bridge. This is a classic interview question that tests your ability to combine two fundamental graph traversal algorithms: depth first search and breadth first search. Let us visualize the problem. We are given a binary matrix where ones represent land and zeros represent water. The problem guarantees that there are exactly two distinct islands in this grid. Our task is to build a bridge between them by flipping the minimum number of zeros to ones. Effectively, we need to find the shortest path between the two separate components. To solve this, we can break the process down into two logical steps. First, we need to distinguish the two islands. Since the input just gives us ones and zeros, the computer doesn't know which one belongs to island A or island B, so Step 1 is to identify the first island using DFS. Step 2 is to expand from that island outward until we touch the second island using BFS. You might ask, why do we need both algorithms? Why not just use DFS for everything? Well, DFS is excellent for exploring a complete shape, like finding all the land masses of the first island. However, DFS is poor at finding shortest paths because it dives deep before checking neighbors. Breadth first search, on the other hand, expands in layers. The moment a BFS expansion hits a target, we are mathematically guaranteed to have found the shortest route. Let's look at step 1. We iterate through the grid until we find the very first cell containing a 1. Once found, we launch a depth first search from that cell. We mark every connected land cell as visited, perhaps by changing the value from 1 to 2. Crucially, as we visit these cells, we add their coordinates to a queue. This queue will be the starting line for our BFS expansion. Now for step 2, we don't start our search from a single point. Instead, we perform a multi-source breadth first search. The queue we built in the previous step contains every single cell of the first island. This means our search will expand outward from the entire shoreline of the first island simultaneously. We process the queue in layers. For every cell in the current layer, we look at its 4 directional neighbors: up, down, left, and right. If a neighbor is water, we turn it into a visited state and add it to the queue for the next layer. This effectively grows our island by 1 unit in all directions. We repeat this layer-by-layer expansion. We keep account of how many layers we have expanded, which represents our distance. The moment we encounter a cell that contains a 1 and has not been visited by our first island's DFS, we know we have hit the second island. The current distance count is our answer. Let's discuss efficiency. The time complexity is big O of n squared, where n is the dimension of the grid. In the worst case, we process every cell once during the initial DFS and once during the BFS. The space complexity is also big O of n squared to handle the recursion stack and the queue storage. To wrap up, remember to run DFS first to fully capture the first island. Then, use that entire island as the starting source for a BFS. This guarantees the shortest bridge distance. This pattern of modify then expand is common in many advanced graph problems.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.